And I think the Real News, what I really like is at least it tries to engage us to really learn more about the issues that affect us.
Iraq's parliament on Thursday approved a security pact with the United States that lets American troops stay in Iraq for 3 more years. The vote in favor of the pact was backed by the ruling coalition Shiite and Kurdish blocs, as well as the largest Sunni bloc, which had demanded concessions for supporting the deal. Lawmakers loyal to Shiite cleric Muqtada al-Sadr, who opposed the pact, chanted protests and hoisted banners. Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki appeared to have won the comfortable majority that he sought in order to give the agreement additional legitimacy, a requirement from the Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani. The Parliament Secretariat reported that 220 out of 275 legislators attended. The deal must now be ratified by the Presidential Council, whose approval is expected. Under the deal, U.S. forces must withdraw from Iraqi cities by June 30th, and the entire country by January 1st, 2012. Iraq will have strict oversight over U.S. forces, requiring them to first obtain permission for all military operations and to hand over all detainees in U.S. custody to the Iraqi authorities. It also forbids U.S. troops from using Iraq as a launch pad or transit point for attacking another country. However, the English version of the pact has not been released, and U.S. officials say there may be a dispute over the interpretation of certain parts of the agreement.
That's one reason why some of the parties have urged a referendum, and that's going to take place next year. There will be a national vote on this, probably in July, which will give Iraqis a chance to see whether the agreement's working the way they like it and whether they want to cancel it and end the occupation a year and a half earlier than the agreement calls for.
Endless wars, abuse of powers, declining living standards, and the climate change crisis. The stakes couldn't be greater in the U.S., and with your help, we're moving our news operation to Washington, D.C. We'll focus on money and corruption. For example, big oil and arms companies shape American economic and foreign policy with far-reaching effects on the lives of ordinary people. With allies in government, trade unions, the media, and in think tanks, they're a hidden hand that controls the commanding heights of American politics. Taking on the industrial military complex is what real change requires. Even former presidents and high administration officials have said so. But corporate television news treats such positions as marginal. Uncompromising journalism requires questioning assumption, interrogating structures of wealth and power. Corporate TV news just won't do it. Only a news organization that's truly independent can tackle such issues with courage and tenacity. And we'll take on corporate TV news live. You'll watch TV news with our panel of writers, journalists, scientists, and historians. You'll be able to join in by phone, webcam, chat. Together, we'll discuss and debate what's the real story and take on the myth and the propaganda. But this is only possible if you support us now. We need to prove that a viewer-funded model works. So if you want the real news, we need you now. Please click on the donate button and give generously. Now's the time to decide if you want the real news to thrive.
Your tax-deductible donation makes it possible. Please contribute at therealnews.com.